Hello everybody, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and today we have a review of some Scharnhorst stuff, and I know a lot of you are going to like this, so I thought I'd put it all into one video. So as some of you will know, if you don't then go and have a look over on Model Kit Stuff. Jason, he's going to start building this kit, the Scharnhorst in 1/200 scale, late December. And I've asked him, does he want to do a buddy build? And we've both thought, yeah, what a great idea. We'll do a buddy build and we'll keep each other going, because these things can really drag you down. So we can do, like, you know, monthly, fortnightly, whatever, lives and chats and shows and whatever. Just keep each other going and keep each other interested, and hope you guys will help keep us interested as well. Don't worry, you won't be watching two people build exactly the same model, because we've each got our own ideas about how we're going to go about it. For instance, I will be fully modifying the hull and putting the docking keels in and stuff. I don't think Jason is. He might do, but who knows? But yeah, we've both got different approaches to stuff, and we will. You won't just be watching, you know. You won't be watching me do step 1 of the instructions and then Jason doing step 1 and then me do step 2 and Jason step 2 and then Jason step 3 and me step 3. It won't be like that. It will probably go off in completely different tangents. And I think he likes to build he likes to do the hull and then go from the middle up and out. Whereas I will probably build a load of sub-assemblies and then bring it all together. We shall see. Anyway, this video is about aftermarket that I've bought, and all of it is on Jason's recommendation, really. Jason's done a review of this Mark 1 design set, which made me want to get it, so I ordered it from Hannants, and it came yesterday. He's also suggested getting these little bits and pieces here. I already had these for my Bismarck. Don't really need them because they come in the Pontos set, which I have for the Bismarck, the advanced set. But you don't get all these grills for the underside, so I thought I'd get another set for what it costs. The thing is, they've had to come from America, because some of you older ship modelers out here thinking, hey, White Ensign Models comes from America. Yeah, White Ensign Models went, well, they didn't go bust, I don't think. They just stopped trading a few years ago, and basically Tom's Model Works in America bought them out. So they're still called White Ensign Models, but they're in Huntington Beach, California now. I've been to Huntington Beach, what a place. They've got some lovely bars down on the docks. Absolutely wonderful place. So yeah, so there's our Bismarck grills. So that's for our sea chest and everything. And they're going to go in the sides of the hull. They're completely missing on the kit. It's almost like Trumpeter have gone backwards with their kits. If you look at Bismarck, which was, I think was their first, wasn't it? 200 scale? No, I know they did some Sov Remini and stuff like that. But I think their first major battleship was Bismarck. And it's got separate bilge keels. It's got all this detail in the hull, you know, and the Scharnhorst has nothing. There's no detail on the hull at all. You know, you don't even have the I think there's fueling doors that go in the sides up here. There's one there, one there. They're not even in there, and they're not in this KA set either, by the look of it. Well, they might be, I can't tell. But anyway, so yeah, so got these for the hull, and then we've got the porthole eyebrows, PE2009. And as you can see here, these are literally just eyebrows to go over the portholes. There are loads in this set, but the thing is, I didn't notice it, Jason pointed out, the portholes in the hull don't seem to have a rim around them. They're just like holes cut into the sheet with an eyebrow over the top. So he said to get these, so I got them, because I do what he says. There's instructions here. I'm kind of wondering how you put them on and keep them all sort of, you know, so they don't all end up like this. I'm wondering how you do that, but I'm sure we'll get there in the end. And then here, ladder rungs, again suggested by Jason. Brilliant idea. Probably won't use them, probably use wire instead. We shall see. But these are for the ladder rungs you get all up the sides of the hull and everything, which again aren't in this set. Mark 1 design KA models, they don't tend to go into hulls too much. Pontos do. So, for example, if you get the KA models set for Enterprise, there's no hull details in there at all. But if you get the Pontos set, you get all the degaussing cable and everything. So it's worth having both. But the trouble is, you end up with a model that's cost you £1,000. Also got here the CMK resin cutters. Apparently the ones in the kit aren't good, so Jason said to order them, so I ordered them. These are for Bismarck, but there's an 8 metre and 6 metre cutters, and they're resin, and as you can see there, they are beautiful. They are really, really nice. So glad we got those. And then finally, well, not finally, because we're going to show you this in a minute. We've got my resin set here. This is to replace the stern anchor. You can see on here, this is, if you haven't seen it, go back and have a look at my video. This is the little jig that you get, and this actually clips into the anchor recess that's in the hull. It's too big, it's misshapen, and it's too far forward. Other than that, it's perfect. So that clips in, then you scribe around it, and then you cut a hole out, and then you glue this piece in here. So you can see when you look at the size difference of the two, you can see there, this one's much smaller. What Trumpeter have actually done is they've given you two bow anchors, and they've used the same anchor on the stern. And as I said, they've moulded it too far forward. So this is the anchor that goes in there. And if you've got one of these, that'll just clip in there like so. And you just push that in there, and that'll sit in there like so. And I've done a video on how to do this, so you can go and have a look if you want to. Here is my hull with it in. I've got a line of black super glue in there as a filler, and you can see that will go in there just like that, and it will sit, whoops, and it will fall out on the floor. Obviously you'll glue it in or something, but there we go. And I've also included the hawse pipe, or the hawse, so it lines up with the hole in the deck, so you don't just get that great big hole there. So yeah, so that's a little bit of fun, and looks a lot better. As you can see, I've moved it right back. You can see on here, when you look at where that's been cut out from, you can see how far forward it is. It's moved it right back. These portholes in here are all too far up. These are too close to the upper deck, these here, so they've got to go up. You can see, remember I said about these ladders, these here, this is what Trumpeter gives you. You can see those moulded on very, very faint little lines. Well, they're supposed to be the ladders, and it's just not really good enough, is it? So, especially not in 200 scale. You might get away with it at 350th, but not in 200th. So that's all the extras we've got for Scharnhorst, and obviously I'll be sending Jason the anchor set as well. I'm currently working on one for Bismarck. So there we go. So this is the Mark 1 design KA models. What is it? MD20024. Get this from Hannants. It's just under 300 quid. No, sorry, I think it's 319.99, I think. But if you are interested in building one of these, Hannants have got a special offer on the kit, the Scharnhorst kit, £240. So that's not a bad price, and you'll get free postage for that as well in the UK. So there you go. So I haven't opened this, I haven't looked inside at all. So let's have a look. So we've got that beautiful cardboard sleeve there that comes off. And if you're after a set for your Scharnhorst, this is all that's out there. There is nothing else. Pontos haven't done anything as of yet. I'm not even sure that they will. But this is all there is out there. But you will generally find, if you are a keen ship builder, you will find that if you really want to go to town, you need both sets, because that ship's in the way. Because it's like with Enterprise, Pontos don't give you any hangar deck detail, and they don't give you any detail for the ship's boats. KA models don't give you any hull detail, but they give you detail for the hangar deck and for the ship's boats. In fact, they give you resin ship's boats to replace the awful plastic ones. But anyway, enough about that. So this is the Mark 1 design for the Scharnhorst. We've got all this lovely packing paper here. I do like the way, I love the way Mark 1 design package their stuff. These things are all taped down. They're stapled to this big piece of cardboard, so they can't move around. We all know we get the Pontos sets and one end's all bent up because it's slid down the box and everything. You won't get that with Mark 1 design. And then you've got the little takeaway container there with your brass and your resin parts. And it looks like we've got some bits broken up in there as well, which is a shame. But never mind, we'll have a look in a minute. So let's, oh god, that really has got broken up in there, hasn't it? Blimey. I think what we're seeing there is just the little pillars. We'll have a look in a minute. And then here obviously we've got all our photo etch, which is lovely. And then underneath there, underneath that photo etch, will be our wooden deck. And then here we have a raft of instructions. So let's have a look and see what these are like. So I'm going to get myself sorted out. I'll get all this all uncut and that, and then we'll come back. Okay. Okay, so ready to go. Right, everything's all unpacked. So I've got the instructions laid out here, and I've got this box sleeve as well again. Just go through, I'm going to talk Hannant's prices as of today, 3rd of November 2023. Worth remembering, if you're going to Telford and you fancy any of this, if you order it online from Hannant's now and pick it up at the show at Telford, you'll get 10% off. So this set, for instance, this is 20024, this is £320. So, you know, you look at getting 32 quid off, it's well worth saving. So there we go. So this is 20024, and this includes everything. Now, if you don't want everything, you can get the basic set. So this is called the DX set, or the DX pack. And then you can get what's here, it's called 20025. That's the value pack, which is everything that's in this, but without the radar, the mast, and the armament. Okay, so that set's £220. So if you don't want the armament and the mast because you're happy with the kit parts, then you can go for the basic set, 20025, or the value set. And then you can in addition, you can buy the armament set, which was 20019, and that is currently £95. Okay, and then you can get the mast set, which is 20020, with mast and radars, which is £60. So as you can see, buying the whole thing together is saving you a lot of money. You're saving about 60 quid or £55 by buying it all together. So it's well worth getting this set if you're going to get it all anyway. The only beauty of buying it all separately is you don't have to have this massive outlay right away. So yeah, but basically this set is everything you get in those three sets. Okay, so when we look at the instructions, that's why it's a little bit confusing. So we'll look at these two last. We'll have a look at this one first. So as you can see on the front here, it says basic detail up set. So don't worry when you get your set and it says that. You haven't got a basic detail up set. It's just that they've done instructions so they don't have to do separate sets of instructions for different sets. So you can see on here that this page needed for MD 20024 and 20025 only. So you've got some 0.5mm brass rod, which I think is included. And then they're telling you to put these little brass pieces in here, and these are the yeah, I forgot what they're called, and they go down to the boats, so they can crawl along there and go down into the boats. And then you've got here, I think these are the propeller guards, aren't they, to stop them hitting the prop when they're in dock. And then here you've got a picture of the model, and you've got all that, you can see the wooden deck, you've got all the photo etched brass, and typical of KA, MK1, all of the 3D printed resin is shown in pink, as you can see here. So going over the page, you can see here there's more images, and it's basically showing you where all the parts go. So this is how they do it. It's not sort of, you know, like an Airfix model, part 1 goes to part 6 and part 5 fits in between, and this is how it all looks when it's done. And it's quite good in a way, because rather than having misleading instructions, you can see how it goes together, how it should look in the end. So you can see lots and lots of resin, lots and lots of photo etch. Very, very nice indeed. So here we're going into the this is the resin parts now. So this is basically they're showing you what you're going to use in this set. So you've got all this turned brass here, and you've got all this 3D printed resin here. They're obviously not showing you the photo etch, but you've got all these bits of photo etch here. You can see we're making up some these catwalks. They look like catwalks, or they might be the ladders that come down the side of the ship. More catwalks there, and then more here. And as you can see, they're telling you, you know, you've got 6 here. I'm assuming that is pointing to 6 there. Who knows? You've got to work it out as you go. But they are. If you look at Plastic Monkey's channel, he's doing a model of, I think he is still doing it, Mogami, and he's got a Chinese photo etch set, and the instructions are an absolute joke. It's terrible. It's awful trying to work it out. It's like trying to learn a new language. So you can see here we've got the there's more catwalks there. It looks like they're going around the barbettes, and then going over the page, more bits and pieces. God only knows what these are. You can see we've got steps and everything, and we've got some reels. Worth taking a mold off of those for Yamato, because we don't have any reels for Yamato. They just give you the center spindle, and you've got to put your own cable around them, and Pontos don't do this either. So there we go. That's the thing, that whatever it is. And then we've got some other bits and pieces here. That looks like a trolley for the aircraft, so that's very nice. And then down here we've got the catapults being worked on, so they're very nice indeed. And then here we've got some cranes and whatever that is there, very nice indeed. So sorry, that's going to go that way, isn't it? And then here we've got building up some winches by the look of it, or is it fans, ducting, I'm not sure. And then these are the ladders that go down the side of the ship. These are the ones that allow you down into the ship's boats. Got some paravanes going together here. There's 4 of those, and they are totally made of brass and photo etch. And then here you've got your wooden deck all laid out. It's showing you where everything goes. And then going over the page, here we've got some resin parts going into the breakwater, and then we've got some resin parts going onto the ship's boats here. We've got some resin parts. Oh no, sorry, this is telling you what to remove. Sorry, shut up, Nigel. This is telling you what. This is how difficult these instructions are. It doesn't tell you anywhere that the orange is what you have to remove. This is what you have to remove. All these orange bits here, you have to take these off to be replaced. Okay. And then here we're onto our ship's boats, and you see lots and lots of detail, resin and photo etch. Got colour photo etch going on there. Very nice indeed. Very good looking boats. Probably looks better like that than that, to be honest. And then here we've got the got a rangefinder there, and we've got a searchlight there. Lovely photo etch grill on the front of there. Looking very nice indeed. And then over the page we've got the aircraft. You've got complete internals for the aircraft made of 3D printed resin. All the struts and everything there are done with photo etch. Photo etch antenna. I don't like these 3D printed bits here for the cockpit framing. They're a bit too chunky in my opinion. So maybe just use the clear parts from the kit. And then here you can have the wings folded, so they give you the option to have the wings folded, which is nice. And then here we are working on some of the superstructure. Got the forecastle there, and they're correcting the issue that Trumpeter have got with having the change the wrong way around. So that's all very nice. And then going over the page, we've got some grills here. So you've got 10 of these if you're having them opened or closed, and you've got the part number there, so coming off your photo etch fret. All these little gussets going underneath. You've got all these rails going around the funnel. Very, very nice indeed. You've got the resin funnel cap there with all the little ducting tubes coming out the sides. Lots and lots of structure there, putting the boats on and everything. Very nice indeed. And then moving up, we've got the bridge, and we've got the tower, the thing. It's the thing, isn't it? Fire control deck, isn't it? And then we've got one of the barbettes here. This is for the second turret, I think. And then here we've got the hangars by the look of it, aircraft hangars. And then here more work on the hangars, and then some more work around the gun displacement areas there. Then we've got some winches for our cranes, made of resin. All the cranes are photo etch. I can't see any turn brass on them, but very, very nice indeed. And they're going to be for lifting the boats and the aircraft off. So using the plastic part of the cranes there, and then adding the photo etch to them. So obviously KA felt the plastic parts were adequate. And then here you can see we've got all the railings and everything going on. We've got life rafts there. We've got all the open shutters for the portholes in the side. More of those grab rails go around the side of there. More of those around there. Lots and lots of bits and pieces going on the superstructure there, as you can see. Very nice indeed. And then we have more of these portholes with the open covers. You see more life rafts and stuff. It might be the same as we just looked at on there, but they're just showing you it again. So this is what I'm saying. You have to study these like mad, and there'll be a lot of parts in here that aren't even called for. They're in the set. They're on the photo etch fret, but you'll have to find them yourself. But at least it's showing you where everything goes, which is better than arrows roughly pointing somewhere and doesn't even. That's the problem that Paul's got with his. It's got a picture of a kit part. It doesn't even tell you what the kit part is. It could be anything. It's just a flat side with some portholes in it. It's terrible. And then we've got some lovely doors, and I'm guessing we can have the doors open as well. Lots and lots of detail. That's going to look amazing painted up. Very, very nice indeed. And here you can see more detail. More of the same, sort of just all the resin and everything on there. Got torpedo tubes there, look. Got those ladders going down the side. Got reels there. So really, really nice, beautifully presented set. So there we go. I'm sorry my knowledge isn't that good on terminology, but I know what I mean, eh? So here we have the mast and radar set. So this is MD20020. So this is, you can see here we've got all the brass and the photo etch parts making up the masts. Very, very nice indeed. It looks like the green parts are kit parts there. So yeah, they are kit parts. Very, very nice indeed. Very, very strong. And when you want to rig it, you know, it's not all going to be all flopping about and bending and everything, because it's all weak plastic. It's all solid brass. You can put your easy line or whatever on there and have it lovely. And then going over the page here, you can see this is all the parts for the mast detail set. So you've got all these brass parts here, and you've also got some photo etch as well, as you can see. There we go. There's a kit part there, the green. And we've got kit parts here. You can see it's very, very nice indeed. You've got all the photo etch gussets on the bottom there. And then for the radar, you see here we're folding up this photo etch to make the radar. And very, very nice indeed. Very detailed. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous. You can see we've got 4 different radars there by the look of it. Yeah, 4 different radars. I can't believe they had that many. Oh, okay, so this is the different configurations, and they're giving you the dates. So you've got 1943 March, 1943 March, and then we've got 1943 December. So obviously this is fore and aft, I'm guessing. So you can see the difference there. The difference is massive between those two. And you can see it's quite big between those two as well. So choose your dates, whatever you're doing, and go from there. So yeah, and it's saying on here, beginner and expert. So if you're an expert, you're going to use A32, and if you're a beginner, you're going to use A31. So I guess Jason will be using A32 and I'll be using A31, eh? Whatever way, you're going to have a spare set of radars for another German ship, should you want to do one. So there we go. So that's the radar set, and then here we have the armament set, which is basically, you can see on here, you've got all these 3D printed parts here. So your thread resin parts, and then you've got all your turn barrels and everything there. Very nice indeed. And you can see here we've got the these are rangefinders, and then we've got these are our machine guns. Are they 25mm? I don't know, whatever they are. There's 12 of those, and they're 3D printed. Hopefully they're not all broken off. We know we've got something broken. I haven't looked yet. And then we've got some photo etched ammo boxes there to fold up. 28 of those, so that'll be fun. You've got all those ammo boxes going around there. You've got the gun shielding around there. We've got to fold that up. That'd be lovely with a drop of solder on it. And then down here we've got these are the quad guns. Not sure what size they are, but they're quad guns. And you've got to see you've got the 3D printed main part. You've got 3D printed barrels, and then you've got photo etched seats going on. And over here you can see it all as it goes together, with all the brass parts fitted to the tops of the turrets. There's your secondary guns there. There's the main guns with the blast bags on them. Looks like they've done some weathering on those blast bags. And then you've got the quad guns on top of that secondary turret there. And then we've got the whatever that is. Is that a gun? Not sure what that is. And then here we've got the are they 88s those? I'm not sure. They're double barrel guns anyway. Very, very nice torpedo tubes there, look. Really, really lovely. So that's the instructions taken care of. What I generally do with these is scan them and copy them and put them in a folder. You know, you get the folders with the plastic sheets. So I'm probably going to put them all in a folder, so that'll be nice. So let's have a look at what we get. Let's have a look at the 3D printed stuff first. You know, a takeaway tray. It's microwave reheatable, so I love the way they do this. It sort of guarantees nothing's going to get damaged. Having said that, mine's damaged, so never mind. I'm just hoping it's parts broken off the fret and nothing else. You know, I'm hoping there's nothing actually damaged. It certainly looks that way. It looks like all we've got is in here. We've got 2 blast bags, and there's some other bits and pieces here that have got broken off of something. But I'm not going to open this bag. But we can see. In fact, yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've got a light green table, so if anything falls out, we'll see it. These parts are going to be gorgeous. So let's have a look in here. Just give it a shake so any loose bits fall into the bag. So we've got a blast bag there, which is free. You can see they're very, very nice indeed. They really are lovely. Beautifully made. very authentic looking, and they're going to look really, really nice. I don't think you get anything in the kit. You don't generally anyway. Looks like the top corner of that one's been broken off, but we'll find that and glue it back in. In the bag here we have all these round bits here are just the support pillars, but there's some other little pieces which I'd like to know what they're from. They look like little trigger handles or something. So they're obviously broken off. Yeah, broken off of that one there and that one there. So there we go, so it'll be easy to glue them back on, not a problem. Certainly not going to get K to send me a replacement fret just for that. So there we go. Very nice indeed. You can see we got all the smaller blast bags there for our secondary armament. And then here we have, not exactly sure what they are. They're part of the armament. There's rangefinders there. And then we've got our quad gun mounts there, which are very, very pretty indeed. And then here's all our barrels for our smaller guns. Luckily none of those are damaged. But yeah, I can see on there there's a part broken off. So that'll be easy to fix. So that's all fine. That's one good thing with resin, as I've said to you many times before. When you get plastic parts broken, plastic tends to sort of stretch and then snap. So when you glue it back together, you've got this stretched area. It never goes back straight. Resin just breaks, and you glue it back together, you'd never know. So that's the good thing about resin. So that's that one. And then we've got another one here. Again, we've got a couple of bits broken off in there by the look of it. So looks like this box has had a bit of a bash actually, because it's cracked on the end. I don't quite know how that's happened, but may have happened in the factory, of course. So in here we have, just shake this bag, we obviously have our funnel top, and then we have some other bits and bobs which look very, very nice indeed. Typical KA, always beautifully done. So we've got some winches there for our cranes. There's a tiny bit of resin there. Never throw anything away because you never know what it is. It may look like a slither of swarf or something, but it may not be. It might be a part of something. So you can see we've got the funnel top there with all the little chutes and flares, whatever, on the outside. And then we've got a box there of some description. We've got our winches, which look lovely. Cable reels here, which look very nice indeed with all the moulded on detail. We've got our window frames there for our aircraft, and there's the interiors of the aircraft there on the end. You can see there's two there. And then we've got these capstans there. We've got some pulleys for our cranes, or is that for the boats? I'm not sure. Looks like pulleys, but they're on axles. And then here we've got, I'm not sure what they are, but there's some bits and pieces there. We've got, yeah, see that one there's been broken off. Look, that was silly making them that way. Why didn't they make them the other way so they didn't get broken off? But you can see that you can see these two here have got a shaft on that one snapped off. Got some looks like torpedoes there for the aircraft, perhaps. I'm not sure. And then you've got the funnels, not the funnels, the chutes, the tubes for the ships. Very, very nice indeed. Not the ships, for the ship's boats. But yeah, very, very beautifully printed. And we can see in here we've got the bits that are broken off. So there we go. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So there we are. So now we've got some turn parts. So we've got turn brass barrels here. So we'll go through all this and count it all up just in case we're short of anything. That's going to be secondary, and that's main. There's our main barrels there, aluminium. Good they make them out of aluminium because they're lighter, they don't just keep falling down then. So main barrels in aluminium, and then we've got secondary and tertiary barrels there. I don't know why they're all in separate bags, those there. Not sure what's different. And then we've got some mast parts here, and some brass rod. What have we got here? Little bollards or something. Looks like a ship's bell there. Little bits and pieces in there. Very nice indeed. More mast parts by the look of it. tiny bits of swarf on the end of them. Be careful what you're throwing away. Got some more little tiny gun barrels there. Very nice indeed. Ship's chain, anchor chain. That's lovely. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. I'm assuming this is the lower mast. I'm assuming, but beautifully turned. Lovely finish on them. I remember Jason saying that the finish is a lot nicer than some other manufacturers that tend to have some quite rough turning. More mast parts there. Just basically straight rod, some of it. There's our paravanes. Paravanes there. We've got ship's bell aluminium. I don't know why these ship's bells are aluminium. Maybe someone can tell me. I'd have thought they'd have been brass. And like when they're turning brass, why don't they make the bell out of brass if the bell was made of brass? So you've got paravanes in there, 4 of those, and then you've got those 2 cylinders there. They're for the catapults, aren't they? They're air cylinders or steam, whatever. And then here we have more mast parts, beautifully turned with those ridges all the way up. Very nice indeed. And then here we have some brass rod. So they even give you the brass rod that you need. So very nice. As I say, go through all this bag by bag, mark it all up, what's in there, make sure it's all there, because you don't want to be discovering halfway through your build that you've got parts missing. So I can't believe I just did that. There were tiny bits of resin on there. There's one there. I shouldn't be doing that. That might be the part that's missing. Whatever, we'll have to replace it. So I'm going to get that into there. Okay, so let's have a look at some of this lovely photo etch. So we'll start from the right, work our way across. Everything is beautifully packaged. It's all sellotaped up and everything. So here we've got some grills. Grills for catwalks. We've got oars for our boats there by the look of it. Very nice indeed. As you can see on there, lovely fine grills. Some trumpeters aren't very good at with their photo etch. When they give you photo etch grills and stuff, they're never very good. They're usually too coarse. And you've got this frame here going around the superstructure as well, which is very nice indeed. And we've got some boat racks there. Lovely. Beautiful. And then here, well, we have another one here. Hang on, there's another bag. There's 4 lots in here. So we have, there's some little ladder rungs there, which are obviously missing in the kit. Got some more heavier ones there. Some gussets, support bits and pieces. They look like parts of the rafts there. Some more mesh there. Some steps. All beautifully done. It's all my nice small sheets as well, which is cool. Let's just cut this tape here. And then here we have, these are some, I can't remember what they're called now. They go around the, they tie themselves onto them, don't they? And they can walk on them as well for painting. But they go all around the funnel and everything, all around the superstructure. Very nice indeed. And then here we have, is that radar bits and pieces there? It looks like, I'm not sure. Some more gussets there, parts for the cranes, parts for the hooks, the crane's hooks. More grills and everything. Very, very nicely done indeed. And then in here we have, that knife is blunt. We have parts for the catapults by the look of it, so we've probably got 2 of these. Very nicely done. See all those there? It's very difficult to show photo etch because if I put a light on you just get a load of glare. It's very nicely done indeed. And then here we have 2 of these the same. No, they're opposites, sorry. So you've got this lovely plate flooring there. You've got the mounts for the guns, beautifully done. And there's the shutters for the spotlights, for the searchlights. You can see the detail on that. It's gorgeous. The tread plate. And more of the same there. Remember, with all this, I don't think you use any of the ships, the kit's photo etch either. I think it's all you replace all of it. And then here we have, this is portholes with eyebrows, and you've got portholes here with shutters. So you've got ones that drop down, some that open sideways. We've got doors here with internal and external details, so you can have them open or closed. Very nice. So the way that works, you've got the actual door frame here on the right hand side, and then you fold the door over and you can have it either closed or open then. Very nice indeed. You can see we've got hundreds of those portholes there, and they are very finely etched. And then we've got a raft of doors there. You can see again we've got all the internal detail on them, so you can see you've got the frame to glue to the model, and then you can have the close those up, and then this will be the inside of the door and that'll be the outside. Very, very nice indeed. And they all have closed over portholes by the look of it. Ship's railings, all nicely done with the chain drooping and everything. Generally the kit parts tend to be all dead straight, so they're not very nice. But these look lovely. And we've got more railings there. Again, you've got the chain all drooping in between the stanchions. And then moving on here, you can see this is just a absolute sea of photo etch. So here we have, this is definitely radar parts now. So this is all parts for your radar. So I'm assuming, never assume, it makes an ass of you and me, I'm assuming these separate parts here are for the professional and these parts together are for the beginner. But I could be wrong. And then here we have, there's some more oars by the look of it. Are they oars or are they buttresses? I can't see now. Got some steps there. There's a complete floor. That's part of the mast there. That's also the part of the mast there as well. And some buttresses, gussets, whatever you want to call them. And then here we have yet more doors. Oh no, these are toolboxes, sorry, ammo boxes. So there's ammo boxes there that need to be folded up. You've got this here, which is all going to be folded up, and then we'll drop a solder in there. Very nice indeed. Got some more of those edgings for the decks down there. And then here we're on to the smaller stuff. So we have, this looks like more radar stuff here by the look of it. And that's some ends for our reels there by the look of it. We've got another ladder there. All looking really, really lovely. Really, really nice indeed. And then here we've got a tiny little fret, which looks like seats. Looks like a load of seats for our guns on there. Not quite sure what these bits here are, but they're see-through, as you can see. They're mesh. And then here we've got another tiny little fret. This is masts, parts of the masts. And then here this is part of the basic set, so this is going to be, this is grates and everything, and doors, hatches and stuff. You can see some of them are solid and some of them are see-through, as you can see there. And then we've got this fret here, which again we've got more railings, steps, ladders, whatever you want to call them. And we've got the wings here, the wing inserts, if you want to do folded wings on your aircraft, which will look lovely. And some steps on there. So yeah, very nice indeed. And then here finally we have our colour photo etch, which is basically hose reels and life belts, life rings. You can see, very nice indeed. And then here we have our deck, which looks very nice. Jason prefers these decks to Pontos. I personally prefer Pontos decks, certainly on Titanic, and certainly on the On the Enterprise, the Pontos deck is much nicer. Let's try and pull this out of here. Make sure we don't bend any of this or break any of it. So this is all sort of stuck to each other a bit. Not sure if that's done on purpose. That's really weird. It's got it looks like it may well be done on purpose. Great packaging idea if it is. Oh, that's just the glue coming out the edges. But see there, one thing I don't like about these decks, and it's all the kit manufacturers do it, you've got this constant length of plank. So you get these constant ends here. I'm sure they wouldn't have been like that. I'm sure they didn't have planks perfectly cut to length. You know, surely they would have been staggered. But yeah, very nice indeed. Cut a few bits out of there. They're very subtle. A little bit of a stain, that'll be really nice. That one looks like it's kind of almost got a split in it in the middle there. That's not a problem. We will have to, you can see on there, if I grab a torch, there's my torch. I just want to show you something because you might want to look out for this. You can see on the back of here, it's all sort of, you can see there, it's like it's got cracks in it. So we'll have to make sure that we paint the deck with deck tan before we put this down, otherwise that's going to show through as dark, as grey plastic. So we'll have to make sure we paint the decks before we put these down. And then here we've got, I don't know what that is there. Oh, that's that piece flipped out. So we can lift this off of here. Being careful not to pull anything out. It's funny how they're all stuck together, isn't it? There we go. You can see that piece there is just, that is that piece there folded under. We'll leave it like it is. So we can see we've got our little bits and pieces for our superstructure there. That's going to go around the funnel by the look of it. Beautiful printing and really nicely cut as well. Very, very sharp. Don't know what the fit is like, obviously, until we get the kit. So here we have our forecastle. There. And then there's that inlay piece which is going to go into there. I think on the kit they've made this mistake. They've got this one going that way and that one going that way when they should both be in the same direction. And it looks so. Yeah, I remember Jason pointing this out now. That's backwards. That should be the other way round. They got these here. You see how they've where the planks come in and it meets an edge piece. They've done that backwards, surely. Sure, that's backwards. Anyway, we'll have a look in a minute. And then here we have, that's our main foredeck there, again with all the constant length going across. It's very, very nice indeed. Got some spare wood as well there. And then here's the aft deck. Now that's actually stuck in the bag, so I'm not going to get that one out. You can see all very nicely planked and everything. You see that one's the right way around. On the forecastle they've gone the other way around, look. You can see what I mean here now. When you look at the stern, you can see the plank comes along to a cut and then up and then up and then up. Here what they've done, they've gone the wrong way around. It should be the same as that. So maybe that's something they should correct. If you're watching this KA, get that corrected. That's not right. But you know, you could always rescribe it, I'm guessing, and put some black lines on it or something. But I'm not sure it's going to show that much because it'll be under the railings and everything anyway. But there we go. So that is that, guys. That is the set. That's what you get for your 320 quid. Is it worth it? Probably not. Probably isn't worth 320 quid at all, but ship stuff is expensive. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because the volumes are low. I don't know, but ship kits, when you think about it, you know, a 1/350th battleship these days, it can be £150. You know, it's just ridiculous. You think of an aircraft, you know, a 32nd scale aircraft, £50. You know, it's, although it's an Aries Matchy, whatever it is 150 quid or something stupid, isn't it? But there we go. But yeah, it's a lot of work's gone into this. You've got to think of the hours and hours that's gone into designing all this, and then all the work getting it all made. You've got all those turn brass parts, all the 3D printed stuff. It's a lot of work gone into this. So and I mean, a deck these days is 100 quid, isn't it? So, you know, you think if Edward did this, there'd be 6 or 7 sets like there is with the Arizona and the Hornet. You know, when you add them all up, it probably is worth the money. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that. Any questions, stick them down in the comments below. And as I say, keep an eye out. Jason and I will be starting a buddy build of this around about, well, I'm looking at the 26th of December, because it was the 26th of December 1943 that she was sunk, and that's 80 years. So there we go. She was sunk by Prince of Wales, I believe. Tell me in the comments down below. I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Sorry about my lack of terminology. I don't know what I'm talking about with ships, but you know what you're looking at. That's what it's all about, is seeing what we get in the set, not what it's all called. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.